This is Waterloo Bridge. Well, it looks like they're filming something here in front of Somerset House. The building behind me there is where he did the magazine all year round in 1859 to 1870. This is where Charles Dickens produced that magazine. Well, here we are in Convent Garden in central London, and in London here, and as you can see, it's pretty quiet. The holidays are pretty much finished. The schools go back tomorrow, so this is why it was very quiet. And this is Convent Garden. This area used to belong to Westminster Abbey. Being a convent, this is where they had their gardens here, hence the name Convent Garden. And in the 1545, I think it was, when at the dissolution of the monasteries, Henry VIII took over the garden. He basically said, "I'm having that," and then eventually he gave it to an earl, who then basically started building houses around here, and eventually a small market in the 15th century started to develop here. Some flower sellers and things like that. By the 18th century, this whole area was a red light district, very infamous red light district. So it was all the prostitutes, all the roughest people used to come here. So eventually they cleaned it up. But by the 1960s, Convent Garden was getting. They had a lot of flower sellers here, which we have some of the carts. Convent Garden was a major flower selling place here in London, but by the 1960s it was getting a little bit too congested, traffic and all that, so they moved it elsewhere. And then this place kind of lay derelict for a few years, 1980s, and eventually they decided, well, we better tidy things up, and so they did. Hence the reason why we got this very touristy place of Convent Garden. That's just a little bit of a brief run history of what Convent Garden was. It was a red light district from the 17th century right up to 19th. Pretty rough. So instead of people come here to get prostitutes and things like that, but now it's come a very posh place. The market got covered over in the 19th century. This building here. And now we've got these little boutique stores, booths everywhere around here now. Yes, it was once one of the major flower markets here in London. So if you wanted to get flowers up to the 1960s, this was the place to get them, but not anymore. Well, this is new. This wasn't here last time I was in this place. Very new now. Very new. Well, you get a bit of entertainment with classical music while you're having your tea and dinner. So Convent Garden's made up of different market halls. There's a Jubilee market, there was an Apple market that we've just been to. Got cafes and restaurants all around the place. there are a lot of French and Italian restaurants around here. I'll say this, in the middle of summer, particularly during the school holidays, Convent Garden can be packed, can get very busy, but as it is tomorrow the kids go back to school and most of the people have gone home, so it's pretty quiet today. So near this spot, the first Punch and Judy puppet show was first performed in England near this spot in 1662. Wow, there you go. Punch and Judy fans, this all began here.